Kid from Guatemala? Why is he on
Well, no, it's not that guy. It's the guy that got kidnapped.
No, the kid from Guatemala. I was curious why he was here.
Just asylum.
Oh, just
But
asylum?
yeah, I told him about his case, if he can explain us to him tomorrow. And he said, yeah, I'll explain to you the case, my case.
Guatemala.
So he knows a lot about, the trafficking that occurs in the border. I will ask him, like, which border you crossed and how much you paid and which cartel were you paying for and all that kind of stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah, we can get more interviews right here.
From Afghanistan? Yes. Where in Afghanistan? Where in Afghanistan?
Taliban.
What city in Afghanistan? What city in Afghanistan?
Afghanistan is now becoming Taliban because
But from Kabul or where?
Kabul.
This is a spot for me to get interviews directly from Central America and Mexico.
That's good.
South America, I had to go to Darien and all that kind of stuff. That's where I get my stories. But Central America and Mexico, cartel persecutions, like the ones that he was talking about, all those kind of stuff, is right here with him. There's a big story with him. Yep.
Very nice guy, man. He's from the USA?
I think he's from Puerto Rico, so he's U.S. citizen. But he's always been, at first I had my doubts, like all NGOs, activists. I was like, nah, you can't be for real, man. I know you're doing it for some other reasons. And then later on, he started inviting me. Come, I want to show you. And this is what I'm dealing with. And there was the activists. It's like, what the hell? That's when I started I started defending him. That's the reason why they started attacking me. Because I started defending him and I started saying, like, what the hell you guys are doing over here? You guys are making money out of migrants. Basically, how much they're paying you because you're not doing this for free. Oh, yeah, we're doing it because we want to help. No. You don't want to do it because you want to help. What are you doing over here? These were people from Washington, from Oregon, from Arizona, Texas. Like, what are you guys doing over here? They don't need your help. But later on, we found out why. And it was obvious that, they were here to make a lot of money out of each migrant. They were making a lot of money. Plus, he just told you, like, those $4 million for this lawyer firm. But you will see their pages as they were, like, before I don't know if I have screenshots. I think I do. I need to go and search. They were posting, like, this is the case that we need. We need $20,000 to basically get this case on the road and to get this person into the United States. So imagine funding over there plus the funding that they were getting for each migrant, GoFundMes and all that kind of stuff. They were making millions of dollars, man. So I was like, I was seeing that and like, hijos this, so they come on. Plus the trafficking of children, plus the fake marriages. Like that fake marriage was, and he just said on camera several fake marriages they were making. And the clip that I send you, it was when I confronted that lawyer. Then I said, come on, you guys are making fake marriages and you know about it. And like, oh, it was a ceremony. We stopped doing it. And like, you stopped doing it because you got caught. Because I caught you. Because I exposed you. And it was really big. That's when they started saying like, oh, Oscar Blue is not our friend. I'm not.
Oh.
When you're doing that, no, I'm not. Hold on, Ryan. Let me just... What I want you to see on this video that I did in 2019 is how these progressive mercenary activists with ACL lawyers, how they were indoctrinating in a migrant camp in Tijuana, Mexico, and how they were doing it in Central and South America. This, you will see a lawyer here, a woman, and also a progressive activist from the United States in a migrant camp in Tijuana, that I questioned them about fake marriages and fake matrimonies that NGOs from the United States, with the authorization of the United Nations and OIM, how they were making, and they were red-handed and caught making fake marriages and fake matrimonies to cross migrants into the United States of America. Incredible thing about it is the response. I want you to look after this video, another video in an interview that I did in the Darien Gap 5 years later with the migrant from India. This migrant from India Basically, it is saying that in the Constitution, it says that no human is illegal. So if he had the opportunity to get a paper invalid in the elections, he will vote for Joe Biden. Is what they were doing in the full indoctrination on these NGOs. Reason why they need to be fully investigated. Watch this video. That is unfortunate. Yes, I have documentation for that.
So nobody should ever make a fake document
Yes,
to try
I have.
and avoid. Listen, this is my question to you.
Yes.
This is my question
yes,
to you.
Yes, go ahead.
Should someone forge a marriage document if it means that you're escaping sexual assault, violence, and extreme poverty to help save your own life and your family? If your family was being jeopardized with extreme violence and your life was threatened, would you be
That's
willing
violating the law, man.
I know, I'm asking you a question, though.
No.
So, okay, so if there were people who were trying to kill you, and you thought personally, this is I'm asking your opinion,
Yes.
totally hypothetical scenario.
Okay, let's go ahead.
There are people who are trying to kill you with guns. I don't know who they are.
Okay.
And maybe you don't either.
Okay.
And you think that possibly by forging a marriage document that says you and this other person are married, that can get you away from the violence. You wouldn't do that.
No.
What would your other option be?
Claim the asylum directly into the right place, to the right door. If Trump wins and he starts massively deporting people, what are you
Yes,
going to do?
that's I am really afraid of, because Trump is not so good to the immigrants.
It looks from the Mexican side in Jamul.
Okay.
So I wanted you to see how sketchy it is from outside. Like, we're not going to go in there alone, but we're going to go like through a little bit, and then I'm gonna tell you that we need to pull out. Like, in a place that we cannot go in more, I will tell you this right here, no.
Okay.
Because from those areas, they are armed, and they will stop you and they will tell, like, hey, get out. What are you doing here?
No shit.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. You've been driving and a cartel will literally pull up, cut you off, and you have to pull over.
Yes.
And if you don't and try to run, they'll just start lighting you up.
No, they will follow you, and they will eventually send somebody else, and they will cut you in front of the road. That happened. There's a story about that. I went to Algodones. That's the last. Possibly we're going to go there on the Thursday or Friday. That's 3 hours away from here. 3 hours and 30 minutes. That's the border with Yuma, Arizona. I don't know if you've seen the containers.
Once.
Okay.
For a few minutes.
So that's on the Mexican side. It's a hot spot. So when you go with me on the Mexican side, you're gonna be in shock to see how these people control of that area. And it's a one way going in, one way going out, right? Mm-hmm. So the issue that I got right there was that at one point I was recording a smuggler that it was smuggling like around 100 people. They were dropping them. And I recorded it so close because I was hiding on the bushes, and I got all his face, and the border patrol started chasing him. But he realized that he saw me, and then I ran to my car, got into my car, and I started going, south again, trying to get out. The issue was that I never thought that the guy had, everything surrounded, and just 3 minutes after I started driving south, there was 2 cars that they closed on the road. And they stopped me, and they were armed. And I had to explain myself, and you have to be really calm with them. I have been in that situation a couple of times, so I know what you need to do in those situations.
I understand.
You need to be extremely calm and tell them, like, no, I'm not doing anything to you. I don't want to do harm to you. I just wanted to record, the entrance and all of that. Show me the video. I showed him the video, deleted the video. Go to your deleted, recently deleted.
Yep.
They're not stupid.
Yep.
Okay, I went over there, deleted. Okay. See you again. You're not going to be coming out alive over here. I'm like, yes, sir. That's about it. Then your usual punch in the face or your usual, you know.
Yeah, they show you.
I can easily fight those guys off, but they're armed.
100%.
You know, so you're trying to keep it off.
I've been robbed in gunpoint at Detroit twice, so I understand. It's
You know, so these people are that's their business. Like what the pastor just told you, that's eventually their number one business is that.
I was when I put that gun in the back of my head, I was yes sir, no sir, 100%. Sorry, I don't want any problems. Here's my money. Take my stuff. With my as calm as possibly could be. Just
have you ever seen the video when I got assaulted in Guatemala?
No.
I will change. I will send you that video. Look at these rocks that they were pushed. These are volcanic rocks. These are the rocks that they were pushed by the volcano. This is unbelievable. These rocks. Look at this, man. Look at these rocks that they were pushed by the volcano. Over here, these are houses that they were completely destroyed. This is a whole community, people.
Hijo se fue con su esposa para la capital y mi yerno ahorita el 25 va a cumplir un año de que lo mató un carro, no sé, un camión allá en Santa Lucía con su malvado.
¿A qué se dedicaba la mayoría de la comunidad de aquí, señora, que se llevó?
We would know virtually nothing about what's going on at our southern border were it not for independent journalists and grassroots filmmakers.
Brian Mata, he's the investigative journalist behind ThisIsTreason.com.
Ryan Mata and his team, his editing team, created what I believe is a unicorn, never to be seen, has never been seen and will never be seen again.
But he released it and it's called What is Treason? Trafficked.
It is the most powerful piece of filmmaking I have ever seen.
By the way, was really well done.
If everybody were to watch a documentary, What is Treason, #trafficked, if everybody watched that, all 300 plus million Americans, Trump would win like this. I don't know why it's not the number one issue. Every time I come back from an operation, I'm just like incensed when I read the news, like what made the headlines. The headlines every day should be, millions of kids are enslaved and the United States is driving the market with their policies.
My work revolves around rescuing trafficked children. The only way to combat this evil is sunlight. We must expose the system that allows these monsters to stay hidden in the shadows. America is the #1 consumer of child porn, and we have more agents working in the PR department at every FBI field office than we do hunting down these predators who are selling child porn on the internet. I wonder why America is the #1 consumer of child porn.
It is as sinister as it gets. People buying or selling children for
an awful situation now.
To really drive this fact home, last year Alex Rosen, one man, was able to expose 248 pedophiles. The entire FBI only arrested 1,408, meaning one man with the right resources could take down more pedophiles than the entire FBI. This is why I need your support. I've dedicated the last 3 years of my life to exposing this evil. Over the past 8 months, I've released 6 full-length Netflix-quality documentaries showing how the United States government is running the world's largest government-sponsored, taxpayer-funded child trafficking syndicate. I cashed out $100,000 of my 401k to undertake this mission, turning me into the most censored filmmaker in America. I am permanently banned on LinkedIn, demonetized on 3 YouTube channels, had 3 Instagram accounts deleted, lost 2 Twitter accounts, and I'm on my 12th TikTok account. The censorship industrial complex has cut off every source of funding that I could use to generate income. I placed my first film behind a paywall. We made over $125,000 in sales, but the film didn't reach the masses. I need to give these films away for free to wake up the masses and save these children. It was God who sent me on this mission. Now I'm asking you for help to continue God's mission. Please visit givesendgo.com/Ryan Meta Films and support this cause. For $100,000, we can continue to operate for an entire year producing 4 more documentaries. For $1 million, my voice would become so loud that I could force this administration to undertake radical reform and bring home over 50% of the kidnapped children in America.
We know that there was upwards to over 300,000 children that were lost.
During the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery.
I was in Volcán del Fuego. There was a volcano that erupted in Guatemala, and it took a village of around 1,200 people. And I went over there because I was studying the migration due to natural disasters.
What year?
2021.
Okay.
I believe so. It's 2019, 2021, yes. Ending of the pandemic. And we went to this area, and there was just one person there. It was a lady. She was crying on the video. I was recording.
Los hermanos pastores, también trabajaban porque ellos tenían su trabajo. Un hermano pastor tenía sus.
She told us up in the mountain, it was all like covered with sand and just sand, houses covered with sand because it was the lava, the last parts of the lava, you can say, that turns into dust and into dirt. She told me, oh, on top of the mountain there's a church that it got covered and a lot of people died. That's a good story for you to get. So I bought it. And me, there was a camera guy with me. We went on top and I was live on YouTube and I caught it live when they came after me. See, there's no solution, an immediate solution. So you will see a woman crying through all her, just basic. That sand is the one that was pushed by the volcano in 2018. And this volcano is active. Yesterday we saw it and it was active. So let me just, I got the camera facing to me. This is some sand that it was pushed. And look at this right here. It says, rest in peace, Silveria Hernandez, 1943, 2018 catastrophe of the eruption of the volcano of fire, el volcán de fuego, June 3rd. Contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund. Buy me a coffee's on the top link. Help us, to continue our travel fund to show you the reality and truth about all the natural disasters and also the influx. Que acabo de tener un déjà vu, güey. Como que aquí andaba. ¿Sí? Sí. Qué loco. Sí, muy loco. ¿Sí, verdad? This is just unbelievable footage. I told you guys that I was going to bring you guys to a place where there was a community that it was submerged by a volcano. Hey! Immediately you will see on the video, he cuts the gun. Get on the ground, and I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Everything was live. They took away our phones. And me at the moment, because I've been in through those situations, I said, I'm not going to cut the live. I'm going to try to record as much as I can, flipping the phone like this immediately. And everybody was on the live like, what the hell is going on? Are you getting assaulted? And my moderator, she said, like, yeah, he's getting robbed. He's getting assaulted. Let's pray that he doesn't get killed or smacked. And both of them, they had, one of them had a long rifle. The other one had a 9mm. And there were 3 lookouts, and all of them, they were armed. And they put me up, and I thought that I was going to get killed. Like, right there, I was like, I'm done. And they said, like, give me all your wallet, everything. They hit me on the back of the head with the rifle. Yeah. I passed out a little bit, but my other buddy was carrying me out. They carried us out, and we escaped. Well, they let us live. They let us live.
Let you leave.
It was all over the news in Guatemala. And it was all over the news in Mexico. If you go to Google, and if you just type 2 journalists assaulted in a volcano in Guatemala, it's gonna right there.
Jeez,
yeah, I lived through that one also. It was bad.
I got off at the gas station at the wrong exit, or not at the wrong exit. I went to go into the casino in Detroit, and it's like known at night you don't stop to get gas anywhere. But I didn't have enough. I wasn't paying attention when I left my hometown, so I didn't have no choice. I wasn't going to make it from the gas station, and I just knew this one exit. I knew kind of the area, so I was like, okay, this is the safest place to get out. And being a dumbass in Detroit, I was a bartender, so I had, probably a few 20s, but it was mostly ones in my back pocket. But it was a big wad because I just got off work, and I was going to the casino to meet my friends. And I went in the gas station just not even thinking, like a fucking idiot. I pulled out that wad out of my back pocket, and I went to pay. As soon as I did, when I got out of the car, a guy was asking me if I could get a cigarette or some money. I said, let me pay for my gas, and I'll get change, and I'll give you some change. So when I walked out, he said, hey man, can I get a cigarette? Can I get $1? And I was like, yeah man, hold on, let me pump my gas real quick, and I got you, it's in my car. So I pumped my gas, and I wanted to get in my car. I just felt something was off. And I go to get in my car, and as I get in my car, he starts tapping on my window, and I go to start putting on my window. And then as I'm putting down my window, I hear And I look over to this side, and the guy's got a gun. And by the time I turned back over to this side, the guy had a gun. So he got me from both sides. So
wow.
Unlock the door. I unlock the door. This guy jumps in my passenger seat.
That sucks.
Guy jumps in my back seat, puts a gun in the back of my head. He's like, drive,
sucks,
bitch.
Man, that sucks.
I go, where? He goes, take a left out of this gas station. Now I'm in the hood, right? 11:30 at night. So I turn left on this street in Detroit, and he just basically where do you want me to go? He's like, just pull up under that out street light. So I drove about 2 blocks down, pulled up under an out street light. He's like, empty your fucking pockets. I go to start doing it. He says, shut off the car, dog. Shut off the car. Put the car in park. So I went to put the car in park. I put the car in park, and I went to turn the key off. And he fucking, that's where the scar on my nose is. He comes from the back of the head and around the back and just fucking pistol whipped me. He's like, I said, fucking empty your pockets, dog. I was like, bro, chill. I said, you told me to empty my pockets. You told me to turn the car off. You told me to give you your phone. I'm doing everything you're asking. You got no problem with me. And I literally just emptied my pockets. And as soon as I finished emptying my pocket, he goes, get out the car. And I get out the car, and I had way more money in my back pocket. But I was in the process of like digging everything out. It was hanging out my back pocket. So when I get out of the car, a whole wad of 20s and ones just falls all over the ground. He said, I thought you said you emptied all your pockets. I said, I did, bro. You told me that my pockets would sit on the seat. He goes, run, bitch. And I fucking just took off sprinting. And now I'm in Detroit at 12 o'clock at night, pitch back, a white kid with no phone, no card, no money.
Oh,
I had more money crotched in my boxer pocket.
I'm so sorry, man.
So I went from door to door to door to door at midnight, a white kid in Detroit, asking does somebody just please let me use your phone. And finally I got a phone, and I was able to call the cops, and they came up, and my car was right around the corner. They just stole my car, took all my shit, and just dropped my car around the corner because they didn't want it to be tricked. All right, folks, check this out. This is the Palace, the home away from home here in El Playa. So if you guys were watching and been watching all the films, where me and Oscar were at the wall, right where the ocean met the wall, we walked down to the beach. That's like maybe a quarter mile that way. So if I were to walk out here and go walk on the beach and go right, I would hit the wall. I could actually go walk over into San Diego, over by Whiskey 8. So Oscar told me to definitely not be filming outside without him, ever. So that means that we ain't filming outside. I was gonna take you guys, I'm gonna go get some food. I don't know how smart of an idea it is, but it's fucking no joke around here, guys. It's no fucking joke. So I'm gonna actually take off this necklace, take off this mic. I'm gonna put it here. And what a great day, man. I'm so grateful for Oscar, honestly. This type of content, this type of footage. We didn't get anything too crazy today, but just being down here and understanding, like, we in some shit down here. This is a fucking joke. This isn't like you just pull out your camera and you start recording.